We're ready.
But are you ready?
But are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of It's About Damn Crime, where three best friends talk about what, Scott?
Bullshit and murderers and stupid people that kill people.
There you go. This is episode 94. I'm Brittany.
I'm Justine.
And I'm Scott.
And just a little FYI if you guys are new. We're not a very serious storytelling podcast, so if you're looking for that,
Yeah, we're just here to talk shit, dude.
go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're just three best friends talking about true crime, so that's us in a nutshell. Do we have any announcements? Oh, I do want to give a shout out to Desiree
God damn it.
for me. You drink my iced tea?
Yeah.
No. Well, prepare to get a cold sore.
Here we go.
Anyways.
As soon as I put it up to my lips, I was like, God damn it.
Anyways, like I was saying, we want to give a shout out to Desiree for donating.
Oh, thanks, Desiree.
Yeah, thank you, Desiree. She hit up that donation station on our website.
Thanks, girl. I didn't even see it.
What's wrong with you?
Well, when you click the emails read, I don't read them.
Oh my god. I don't think I clicked it red. I just moved it to the donation station.
Oh, well, then how the fuck am I going to see it there? Do you think I checked the unread files?
Yes.
Every day of my life?
Yes.
Hey, Justine.
No.
That's for you.
Is that a beer?
Yeah.
Thank you. So nice.
You want one?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Oh man. So any funny stories or any updates?
Wait, I read right now on TMZ that someone's turned in a third sex tape with R. Kelly.
Oh, no way.
But it's from like the 90s, and this guy said that he found it in one of his old he found an old VHS tape that said like something sports related, but then it also said R. Kelly, so he thought it was like an R. Kelly show that had been recorded, but it's actual sex tape with underage girls.
What?
I'm like, whatever, bitch.
He seems kind of suspect.
Yeah.
Like I just was randomly going through my VHS tapes and I found one with R. Kelly. Like, if you had that, you had that for a reason.
Who randomly goes through their VHS tapes?
No one. He's full of it.
Yeah.
He's afraid he's gonna get caught.
Ooh, yeah.
And I think he came forward. He's involved somehow.
Yeah.
Fucking liar.
Yeah,
There's no way.
He's the dude that filmed it.
There's no fucking way.
Ew, gross.
So,
R. Kelly, what are we doing, dude?
he's such a disaster.
I'm fighting for my fucking life, man.
Oh my god, so funny.
Dude, all the shit that's coming from it, like the memes and the remixes of the they're fucking hilarious.
So funny. That still of him screaming over Gail King is the funniest. I know everyone's like, look at her composure, but to me, I'm like, he looks like a giant 2-year-old throwing a tantrum.
Yeah.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my whole
She
entire
was
life.
pretty composed. I'll give her credit.
She was. Yeah, she was. But I'm like, I'm not even checking her out. I'm just looking at his dumbass face.
Crying.
Dude, falling apart. So funny.
He's a disaster.
It's about time.
Well, we're recording this on Sunday. I believe the HBO, the case for Adnan Syed premieres tonight, right?
Oh, okay. Probably. I don't know. I don't have HBO.
Yeah, I think I read it on Facebook or whatever. I don't have HBO. Will I get it to watch this case? Probably not. I'll just read the updates on social media.
Yeah, like someone will break it down. Someone will give the highlight reels.
Yeah, I think the only way I'm gonna get HBO is or the only time I'm going to get HBO back is when Game of Thrones starts up.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, Lord.
So...
Just saying, you're just jealous that you can't keep up with it. You don't have the mental capacity.
It's like, it's too overwhelming right now. There's too many seasons, too many episodes. I can't do it.
Keeping up with Khaleesi.
It's too far
I
gone.
see what you did there.
Oh, my God. What was I saying?
It's sad to think how many kids are probably going to be named Khaleesi.
Oh,
Ugh.
my gosh.
Or have already been named Khaleesi, but are probably starting school right around this time.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, Lord. Not
Okay.
original.
I'm going to name my kid Frodo.
Frodo. No. No to Frodo.
I support that decision.
No,
It's either
Steve.
Frodo or Bilbo.
No to Frodo. No to Bilbo. No.
Can you have two? Name one Frodo, one
Yeah.
Bilbo?
Justine, stop it. Stop putting these ideas
I want to have
into
5
his head.
boys. Frodo, Bilbo, Perry, Sam, and Pippin. Mary, Sam, and Pippin. I said
We're
Perry.
going to be the laughing stock.
If
They're
it,
already going to
That's
be weird kids.
Yeah, if we ever do have children. Okay. Are we ready to get started?
Yep.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, here we go. Derrick Tolliver was born on September 15th, 1960, and was raised in Gary, Indiana. Isn't there like some song that you learned in school about Gary, Indiana?
Nope.
Swear there was. It was like, Gary, Indiana, Gary. Oh, maybe it was like a music thing class. I don't know.
What?
it's a weird ass song.
What if it's just Gary,
Listen.
Indiana? Gary, Indiana. Just, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just 2 words.
Derrick was a big, tall, giant fella.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
And
Yeah.
And he became a role model to everyone around him because he was just like such a good person. He was polite, he was thoughtful, he was caring. I kept hearing he was respectful. And like I have a little bit of a crush on Derrick after hearing all these nice things about him, you know?
Healing all these things?
Healing him. I did say hearing. It came out a little wonky. That's fine.
As most of your speech does.
So after Derrick graduated high school, he joined the military. And I'm going to bet he looked real cute in his uniform.
Justine,
saying.
put your boner down, Justine. Put it down.
I'm really excited
Put it
about
away.
Derrick.
Put it down.
I think I love Derrick.
Now, Derrick was immediately stationed in Southern California, and that is where he met his lady love, 19-year-old Teresa. Now, a little bit about Teresa, right?
She's crazy.
Well, we'll get to that
Well.
later. Anyways, she grew up in Victorville, California, and she had dreams of having just a really bomb-ass life. I think she wanted to go to college.
Yeah.
But all those dreams had to be pushed aside.
When you're born in Victorville.
I wanted to talk so much shit about Victorville, but I was like, let me not, because I don't want the email.
Well, there goes Scott. Scott is going to...
You want to send your hate mail, send it to me.
Yeah.
We'll leave his personal email in the show notes.
So, like I was saying, all of her dreams, she had to push those aside because she got knocked up at 17 years old. And in 1980, she gave birth to a daughter named Hazel.
I like that name.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. And we all know teenage pregnancy is not easy. And, you know, she was really struggling being a teenage mom.
Yeah. It's hard, man, to get back on your feet.
Yeah.
It's hard to graduate high school, and then if you do graduate high school, whatever job you're getting outside of high school is not enough to support you and a kid.
Yeah.
Like starting your adult life handicapped, basically.
Yep.
I
exactly.
mean, have you ever seen 16 and Pregnant?
Those bitches don't count. They make
Sorry.
gajillion dollars.
Touche.
Yeah. Those are outliars for sure.
You're right.
They've all become IG hoes.
True.
So
They're making
when,
sex tapes.
Yeah, I was about to say, and porn stars.
yeah, she's on a whole another playing field. That one.
Hey, man, she's getting that money. I can't be mad at it. She's embarrassing, but she's getting that money.
Okay, we digress.
So easily. So when handsome Derrick started showing interest in, I already forgot her name.
Teresa. Oh my god.
She was like, hell yeah, sign me up. So the two were married in 1983. Derrick immediately adopted Hazel, which I think that's a special kind of person that can adopt a child that's not theirs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then they had two more kids, a son named Donald, and then another son named Derrick Jr.
Do you think that when people name their second kid after them, they just got lazy and don't want to think of a name? So they just...
Maybe. Or they just regret not naming the first one a junior.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Maybe. I mean, I like the name Scott. Like, I wouldn't ever name my kid Scott, but I could see, like, if you liked your name enough to just give your kid that name.
Yeah.
Derrick's a solid name.
Yeah, I like Derrick. So from all accounts, Derrick was an awesome father and husband. Everyone that knew their little family said that they were just, I don't know, everything that you aspire to be as a family. And they loved their kids. Like, they were raising their kids right. They weren't those piece of shit kids that you get around and you're like, fuck.
Those Walmart kids.
No one's ever disciplined you in your life.
Eventually, Derrick was relocated to Randolph Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. And let us tell you, Teresa did not take the move very well. Which I feel is probably a really hard part of being in that military life, you know?
Yeah.
You're moving to a whole new city where you don't know anyone. And then, you have your spouse that's working all the time, so they can't hang out with you 24/7. So I can only imagine how extremely lonely it gets.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds boring.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
well, I mean, yeah, that too.
Monotonous.
Yeah. And so I'm guessing this is how Teresa felt, because she got extremely depressed and just stopped really doing anything. So Derrick had to take over all of the household duties, while Teresa, let's just say, she took some time off.
And here's the disclaimer for everyone right now. We are not shitting on Teresa for being depressed.
No.
Mental health issues are extremely serious, and if you're feeling depressed, you should, get help.
Yeah.
Life is hard, and if you're raising 3 kids from such a young age, like, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
Especially if you had started life with, like, lofty ambitions, and then that was all put
Yeah.
aside abruptly.
Yeah. I mean, like, me, like, I'm here, like, what, like, wives with kids, like, say, like, oh, I do all this running around with my kid, like, stay-at-home moms, right? They love it. It's hard work. But it's like, I take my kid to school, and then I do this, and do that, and it's like, that makes me want to die. Like, if that were my life, I would be so miserable. So, if that's a life that you choose, and that's what makes you happy, then yeah, by all means. Mm-hmm. But I could see where it could also be a bit of a downer.
Yeah.
And she never got to live, like, a young adulthood, you know what I mean? She was a mom at 17.
Yeah.
Losing the best years of your life. Well, not
Yeah.
losing them, but spending them
They get
differently.
misplaced.
Yeah.
And Derrick was extremely patient with Teresa. He loved his family, but he was working all the time and then taking care of everything at home by himself. So, of course, as any person would, he started getting frustrated. And it had been like a long time and Teresa still wasn't getting any better. Mm-hmm. So, of course, they started fighting about every little thing.
In 1997, Derrick was deployed to Bosnia. And
Damn.
yeah. And he hoped that since he would be away, Teresa would have no other choice but to, get it together for the kids and start living her life again. And you know how they say absence makes the heart grow fonder?
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen. Not in this case. With Derrick being gone, Teresa was like, fuck this shit, and filed for divorce in January 1998.
Teresa gave full custody of the boys to Derrick in exchange for weekend visits with them. And then the woman who became a mom at 17 went girls gone wild.
Day, showing off her titties.
37-year-old Teresa Tolliver started dating 19-year-old Emmanuel Fonzie.
Fonzie, huh?
Fonzie.
The Fonz?
Yeah,
Oh, man, that's what we should have called him. He was completely different from Derrick. Obviously, because he was a child. Legal, but still a teenager.
We were just talking about this last night. At 19, you are 100% not an adult yet.
No, you're...
Legally, you're an adult,
Yes.
but you are still a complete idiot.
Yeah.
Yes. So the two spent several months traveling around the country, just living their best lives. Well, I'm sure her kids were with Derrick the whole time.
Yeah. And we're sure that Derrick was annoyed that his estranged wife was dating a teenager. Yeah. But, you know, he wasn't going to let that get him down. So he started dating a woman named Lorraine Womble. And how did they meet? Well, he was a gentleman. You know, we said this earlier. And he offered her his umbrella in the rain.
Can this guy get any better?
Which will get you a lady every single time, fellas.
Every single time.
Is it like the bend and snap from Legally Blonde?
I think so. For
Yeah,
men?
the male
for guys,
equivalent.
yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
It's offering her an umbrella and putting your coat over the puddle.
So the bend and snap works every time.
That's so funny.
Is it like the stroke and pop? Like you got to
Ew.
stroke down to
What?
find the button. You got to stroke down the handle to find the button for the umbrella.
Stroke is just not a good word.
Wow. You're just...
Oh, I can't. And then pop. The umbrella pops open.
Look what you just did right now. You look like you're jacking off a penis.
Yeah.
Not stroke.
We should
I
just
can't find-
remove stroke from the English language.
It is a very disgusting word, but I couldn't think of a better word.
That went sideways real quick.
Stroke and pop.
Okay. So finally, after 15 years of marriage, it was over for the Tollivers. It hadn't worked out together, but they had both moved on and life was pretty good. That's until November 20th, 2000 at 8 p.m. when Derrick's neighbor, Pearlie Hannah, what a name. What a name. Her front door was almost being beaten down by Derrick's girlfriend, Lorraine, who told Pearlie to please call 911 because Derrick had been shot.
When police arrived, they found Derrick laying face down in his home with blood surrounding his head. He had one bullet wound to the front of his head and a second to the back. The house had been tossed, and Derrick's wallet had been taken, but none of the other valuables had been stolen. Also, like, if you're a robber who's been interrupted, you don't shoot someone in the head, like, execution style, you know?
No.
You, in that moment, like, you just shoot so you can just get away. You can flee the scene.
Yeah. Like,
So,
So
That's
the
a lot.
intention seems to have
Yeah.
been murder.
so
from the jump.
yeah, so right there, it was already a red flag for the detectives.
I think that if there had been like multiple, like beyond the two, like multiple bullet casings in the house, it'd been like, okay, they just opened fire and started shooting and they got lucky, you know, but
Yeah,
it was like
happened
two
to hit him
in the
deliberate
head.
shots to the head. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lorraine Womble was the only witness, and police immediately took her downtown to be interviewed. She said, oh, this is so sad. It was her birthday.
I know.
And the two had gone grocery shopping because Derrick wanted to make her dinner. And when they got home, he opened the garage and then told Lorraine to stay in the car because something didn't look right. He then got out of the car, opened the door to enter their house, and then Lorraine saw a 5'9" man in a gray shirt walk up behind Derrick. She heard a pop, and then she took the fuck off. She ran to Pearlie's house, and, knocked on her door. And then while she was waiting for Pearlie to come to the door, she heard the second gunshot. And Derrick's wallet was later found in the neighborhood. All the cash had been taken out, but they had just, tossed it to the side,
Mm-hmm. Now, police had to notify Teresa and the boys. And when they arrived at Teresa's apartment, they had already found out from the news that Derrick was dead. The three of them said that the only person they could possibly think of who would want to hurt Derrick was Lorraine's ex-husband, David Womble. That is because when Derrick and Lorraine first got together, she was technically still married. So she was, estranged from David, but, they were still legally married. And on 4 different occasions, the kids saw David bust into Derrick's house and have arguments with their dad about him dating his wife.
On December 19th, 2000, police interviewed David. David said, "Hell yeah, I was pissed." But Derrick wasn't the first man he had to confront. Apparently, Lorraine had lots and lots of extra relationships throughout her marriage. And by the time Derrick rolled around, David was angry, but he was also fed up. He was like, fuck this. Mm-hmm. So he left Lorraine and then got himself a new girlfriend. And the night of Derrick's murder, he had clocked in and out of work at the Air Force Base and then spent the rest of the night and next morning with his new girlfriend. All that checked out, so David Womble was eliminated as a suspect. And then Lorraine was also ruled out because she was there, so of course that's the first person they look at. Also, he got shot, nothing happened to her, she got away, nothing happened, so okay, but she completely cooperated with police, she did multiple interviews, she just did all the things that you do when you're not guilty.
Yep, exactly.
So, so they ruled her out too.
So detectives had to start back at square one. How frustrating.
Ugh.
Man, I can imagine.
Yeah. And they decided to check out the neighborhood. Maybe they're thinking, maybe they could find some evidence they had missed. And they talked to Pearlie again, the neighbor. And she said that on the day of Derrick's murder, she hadn't noticed anything really odd. But her son had seen Teresa and Emmanuel and some other dude pull into Derrick's driveway at 2:30 p.m. And the kids were also with them. Pearlie's kids saw Derrick and Donald and asked Teresa if they could come over and play with him. And she said no, because they had just stopped by to pick up some clothes real fast, since she was going to have them for a few days. But they didn't do anything real quick. And the kid tells detectives he thinks that all 5 of them were in the house for about 30 minutes.
There's no reason why it should take 30 minutes to grab clothes.
No, to get some clothes.
Yeah.
Not at all. And then Pearlie said that none of them were supposed to be there because they weren't cool like that. And I also came across a I don't know when this took place, but I also came across that there was a what is that called? Starts with an R. Where you got to stay away from somebody?
Restraining order?
Yeah. There was a restraining order. Sorry.
Well, what?
I could not think about that fucking word to save my life. It was at the tip of my tongue. I just couldn't get it out. Anyways, I heard that there was a some sort of restraining order where they couldn't enter, where Derrick and Teresa couldn't enter each other's houses without their permission.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I know that Derrick had never met Emmanuel. Never.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why.
If they're divorced, or were they ever married? Or if they're just split up, period, isn't that just the standard rule? You can't enter somebody else's house without their permission?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah,
they're in divorce proceedings right now, so.
Oh, it's not completed yet.
It's not completed yet. But still, you shouldn't be in someone else's home without their permission.
Yeah.
Just saying. In any sort of situation. So then another neighbor comes forward and says that she saw Teresa's car in the neighborhood that day too. So that's twice now. But she saw the car at 8 p.m. And what she saw was Teresa's car hauling ass full speed out of the neighborhood with 2 males in it. And she identified one of them as Emmanuel.
Well.
Why?
That'll do ya.
Do you think it was like a slow motion, like part where she saw him and it was just like slow motion?
She's like,
what the fuck?
They saw each other's eyes for a split second, right as he was passing.
Yeah.
The next day, police said, all right, we got to go talk to this bitch and her boyfriend. And when they showed up to Teresa's apartment, Emmanuel was there with his childhood friend, Jeremy Farr, who was visiting from Arkansas.
I thought you were going to say he was visiting from far.
From far away Arkansas. Police were curious why he was in town, and he told them that he just came to visit his friend, and then, like, hopefully he was going to find a job so that he can move to Arizona, which I get it. I probably want to live in Arizona instead of Arkansas, too. Never been to Arkansas, just being a hater.
So detectives pulled them apart to ask them why they were at Derrick's house. And Emmanuel said that they stopped by to pick up some stuff for the kids, and then him and Jeremy dropped Teresa and the boys back off at home. Then they went out for a guys' night and were home by 8 p.m.
What kind of bullshit guys' night is that?
Right?
Oh, they're
Who's home by 8 p.m. on a
they're
guy's
not
night?
21 yet.
Oh. I guess that makes sense then. What does a guy's night do? Like, what does a guy's night entail when you're under 21?
Yeah. I heard that they went and played basketball and then went bowling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
And when detectives asked Jeremy the same question, he basically told them the same story that Emmanuel told them. And when police told them that they were spotted in Derrick's neighborhood at around 8 p.m., Emmanuel was like, Nah, that wasn't us. That person that told you guys must have been mistaken. And to prove to police just how innocent he was, he allowed them to go into his and Teresa's apartment and search it.
Police recovered 1 particle of gunshot residue on a vest that belonged to Emmanuel. But obviously that's not enough information and, like, anywhere enough evidence to say that Emmanuel killed Derrick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And with nothing else, they couldn't keep Jeremy in Arizona. So 2 days later, he was back on a bus back to Arkansas.
Now, police think Jeremy and Emmanuel are their guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they just didn't have the proof. They didn't have the evidence to prove it was actually them.
Yeah, they don't have the smoking gun.
Yeah.
No.
So they thought to themselves, well, if Teresa's boyfriend is our guy, then did she know?
That's gotta be nice for detectives if you think about it. Like, once they have the guy, like, they don't have enough to really prove it's them, but they know it's probably this guy. Like, all signs are pointing to this guy, so they can really just hone in on that one guy now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Catch him slipping somewhere. Eventually it'll happen.
So the detectives started doing some digging. And what did they find? Well, they found that, Emmanuel, being 19 years old, was making the amount of money 19-year-olds make, which is shit. It's nothing. And Teresa didn't work at all. So the couple was broke. They were broke as a joke, basically. They had no money.
And you guys know where this is going, right? Derrick had a life insurance policy and military benefits worth almost $600,000. And since Derrick and Teresa were getting divorced, that would mean that Teresa wouldn't have gotten shit and the money would have gone to the kids. However, Derrick and Teresa's divorce had not been finalized yet. So Derrick, remember, was murdered on the 20th. And their divorce was set to be finalized on November 27th. 7 days after Derrick was murdered.
How fucking crazy.
It makes me so mad. Okay.
Right?
So I have a math equation for you guys. Ready?
Yeah.
1 broke Teresa Tolliver minus 1 dead Derrick Tolliver equals $600,000 in Teresa's bank account.
That's sound math.
Right? Mm-hmm. Pretty good, right?
Equals 25 to life.
So she did collect, and by association, Emmanuel collected too. And in February 2001, after Teresa had collected the money, she put some away for her kids to go to college. She moved to a better area, put herself through school so she could find a well-paying career.
Psych.
I was like, damn, she got away with it, dude.
Teresa went nuts. They bought a $30,000 car. Then they headed to Disney World for 3 fucking months.
Real quick, people who say I went to Disney and not specifically Disneyland or Disney World are the worst kind of people.
Dang. Tell us how you really feel.
Whoa. Also, 3 months at Disney World sounds like a fucking nightmare. Kill me.
I just don't understand.
I could do it.
3 months at an amusement park with all those screaming kids.
No.
I love Disney World.
That's a fucking hard
And crowds
pass
don't
for
bother
me.
me.
No.
But I can see why it would bother you guys.
Couldn't do it. And all while that is all extremely damning evidence, it's still not enough to lock someone away.
I wonder if she knew she was going to get caught, so she's like, fuck it, I'm just going to spend this as lavishly as possible and live it up until I go away forever.
I think she was just a hot mess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely part of it, but I wonder if that was like part into it.
Yeah. So, because of the lack of evidence, Derrick's case unfortunately went cold. And I can only imagine how frustrating it is for the detectives working on this case because they know Emmanuel and Jeremy and Teresa were involved.
Yeah.
Or they don't know Teresa is, but I mean, now that she spent all this money on
they
them. They know. Like, they have a feeling that she's involved too. Yeah. But they just can't pinpoint it on them because they don't have the evidence to prove.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, can you imagine for so long they're just walking the streets and...
Yeah.
Ugh.
Spending, the life insurance money.
So annoying.
Yeah.
All right. But then something amazing happens, guys. And we want to introduce the real MVP of this case. On January 7th, 2004, 3 years after Derrick's murder, police in Arizona get a call from a special agent in Arkansas, and he tells them that he was approached by a man named Bobby Jones. We're all going to love Bobby Jones, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And Bobby Jones had told that special agent he knew for a fact that Emmanuel Fonzi and Jeremy Farr were responsible for Derrick Tolliver's murder.
And on January 20th, Arizona police arrived in Arkansas to talk to Bobby. And Bobby said that Jeremy had bragged to him about the murder of Derrick before. So he got Jeremy drunk. And then Jeremy spilled the beans.
Nice.
Yep. He said he was offered $50,000 to kill Derrick and was hired by Emmanuel and Teresa. And the best part of it all, Bobby Jones recorded the whole conversation.
Nice.
What? Fucking real MVP.
Although I gotta say, I feel like Bobby Jones was probably in a little bit of trouble. And he was like, if I do this, this is going to help me out in the long run.
Yeah.
I just have a sneaking suspicion, So 24-year-old Jeremy Farr was arrested that same exact day and then extradited back to Texas. His trial began in 2005, and he was convicted real fast, guys.
And Texas is not the state you want to be convicted of murder in.
Well, he wasn't facing the death penalty, but he was facing a life sentence. So, of course, he said, okay, hold on. Wait a minute. I'll give you Emmanuel and Teresa for a price.
Start singing.
Singing like a parakeet.
Yeah.
A parakeet. In Justine's world. Okay, so he said, okay, I'll give him up, but you're going to do something for me. And what that was a cap of 40 years instead of life, just 40 years. And that was with the agreement that he would testify at both Teresa's and Emmanuel's trials with the complete truth. Like, he had to be on his best behavior.
Mm-hmm. So help him God.
So here is what happened, pertaining to Derrick's murder. Jeremy pulled the trigger, but Emmanuel and Teresa had hired him. They bought him a bus ticket to town and offered him $50,000 to kill Derrick. And on November 20th, 2000, the day Derrick was murdered, Teresa took him and Emmanuel to the house, to Derrick's house, so they could see the layout. And also where they could she showed them like where they could safely wait for Derrick to arrive home. Mm-hmm. And then she showed them how to enter and exit the yard. I believe there was a hole in the fence. And yeah. And she also unlocked a window for them. She told them where to park the car during the murder. And then after all this, Teresa took them to Randolph Air Force Base, where Derrick worked, and showed them his car.
Great.
Mm-hmm. So Jeremy and Emmanuel returned later that night to Derrick's house. They entered through that unlocked window, and when Derrick came inside, Jeremy crept up behind him and shot him twice. And then the two fled the scene.
Then Jeremy was put back on a bus to Arkansas with $500, not $50,000.
No.
And was told that the big payout would come when the insurance money came. And the big payout came for Teresa and Emmanuel, but Jeremy didn't get shit.
Nope.
Real quick. Don't you think the guy who did it is not the guy that you want to piss off?
Right?
Right?
I don't get the thought process. But again, you think that you're going to get away with this, with murder. So you also think that you can probably get away with fucking over the guy that did it for you. I don't know.
On two levels, though, that's risky. A, he could come forward and be like, yeah, they hired me, which would be stupid because he's implicating himself at that point. But yeah. B, he could go kill them. He already has the capacity for murder.
Yeah.
So he's like, fuck these guys, I'm going to kill them. Oh, maybe they have some of that $600,000 payout on them at the time when I kill them.
Jesus. So I guess not Jeremy, what's his name? Emmanuel and Teresa had been in Arkansas visiting, and they were driving around in Emmanuel's pimped out ride. I think it had TVs and shit in it. Very early 2000s.
Something gaudy and lavish, I assume.
Did it have the spinning wheels?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
So he was like, what the fuck? Like, you're driving around in luxury, and I only got paid $500. Where's my remaining money? And I don't know what Emmanuel said to him, but he gave him like a couple $100.
Yeah.
And was like, we'll get you next time. What?
Oh, we didn't tell you it's a payout over a lifetime.
You get it in increments.
Yeah.
A couple $100 increments here and there when you catch us. Emmanuel and Teresa were arrested at a shitty motel where they had been living with the two kids.
These poor kids.
I know. And she didn't have one dime left of that insurance money.
No shit.
Bruh.
Not a dime.
It's all the fucking, those 3 months at Disney World.
Dude, that sounds so expensive. 3 months at Disney
World.
Yeah,
can you imagine?
One day, if you're staying at that hotel, is like $1,000+.
Jeez.
Crazy.
Emmanuel was immediately found guilty of capital murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole in January 2008.
On October 22nd, 2009, Teresa Tolliver was found guilty of conspiracy to cause trouble and the commission of murder for hire. What? She was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. She was also ordered to pay back $594,200.73 in restitution for the life insurance and VA death benefits that she had collected. I mean, obviously, they'll never get paid back, but...
Right? I was like, that's such a big amount. They're never going to see it.
She's going to make $800 in prison a year. It ain't going to work.
Jeremy Farr is scheduled for release in 2034, and he'll be 52 years old. And Teresa Tolliver and Emmanuel Fonzi will never see the outside again, so we really hope that 3-month trip to Disney World was worth it. Stupid.
So dumb.
Dumb.
What a bummer.
So dumb. Yeah, I don't get it.
Like, those kids were set up for life because their one parent, the responsible one, had sole custody, had the good job, was a good parent to begin with.
Yep.
Oh, that's shitty.
Yeah.
It's infuriating. Like, all you had to do was walk away. Like, if you didn't want to be a parent anymore and you wanted to be with your little 19-year-old boyfriend, okay, whatever. That's dumb, but that's on you. Walk away. Now you've taken your kid's father and any hope at a future that these kids had. Like, I mean, they still have a future. What am I saying? But they could have been raised in a normal home, you know?
Yeah. Like a home that loved them.
Yeah, not in a skeezy motel.
Now there's gonna be some sort of residual damage because of everything that happened. So how's that gonna affect their psyche going forward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
and
sucks.
like now, and their mom basically was in on it to kill their dad. Yeah. And so not only, their dad is dead, but now their mom, who is a piece of shit, she's in prison now.
Yeah.
So they don't have any parent.
I wonder what happens with that, since she got that payout of $600,000 and spent it all. Do those kids not benefit from that at all at that point? Or does I wonder how that works. I wonder if it would just go back and the kids now get the $600,000 and that insurance company loses out? Because knowing how insurance companies work, they're greedy as fuck. If they say they already paid it out, they're going to be like, nah, fuck that. We're not going to give anybody else.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they would have to pay it again.
Yeah, I think once it's gone, it's gone.
Jeez.
Like, maybe when she pays it back, like the restitution, maybe that money would go to the kids? I don't know. But again, she's in prison. How much is she paying back?
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
After having spent it all, too.
No.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's so selfish to to be a parent and kill your spouse knowing you're gonna get caught. You always get caught. So now you've taken both parents away from your kids. Like, there's no good outcome to this.
No,
I don't get it.
She's extremely selfish.
Doesn't even begin to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a crazy. It's so funny though. I'm gonna put them on Instagram, but like the pictures of when she's married to Derrick and they're younger and the family's younger, like she looks like a normal, healthy person, and then her mugshot. Oh Lord, what happened?
Did she have like some lines on her face? Like, I was trying to look up a picture to see what she looked like.
No, she looked almost bald. Like, I don't know. She just, I really feel like you kill someone, you have someone's life taken away, like you're involved in that. Like, it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. Like, it is going to affect the way that you look. Just carrying that stress with you. We're all looking for images of Teresa Tolliver right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
She looks completely different.
Yeah.
She looks like a man.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, she's not bald. Her hair's just pulled back.
Yeah.
But she looks awful.
What
Jeez.
Who is
Sorry,
this
everyone.
person?
We're looking up these. We're looking up Teresa's mugshot.
Man, what was Emmanuel thinking? I mean, he's not like the best looking guy, but he's definitely could do better than Teresa. What are we doing, Emmanuel?
She definitely looks like two different people.
Hope that cooter was worth it, man.
It clearly wasn't.
Jeez.
Oh,
it was just a very selfish, stupid plan. And it's crazy that she did this shit, like, it was 7 days before their divorce was finalized. Like, that's another red flag.
Yeah, that in and of itself is like a,
Yeah. Like, suspicious.
Yeah.
First of all, when there's a huge huge insurance payout like that, like the first person they look at is who's receiving the money. So, come on. And then you're driving your car to and from the house. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Hey, like I said in the beginning, we're not here for stone cold facts. We're here to make fun of these fucking idiots.
Yeah, because it's honestly so dumb. It's the dumbest dumb shit ever.
And then she's like, "Oh, we're just here to pick up, some clothes for them." That don't take no 30 minutes, boo boo.
No.
No. Picking up clothes would take like 10 minutes.
It's
go
so
get your
funny.
clothes and come. And like, why do they all need to go in the house?
Yeah, why do all...
The kids should have just been if it was their clothes that they came to get, the kids would have been fine just going up by themselves, getting their clothes, and then coming back outside.
Yeah, and those little boys didn't care what their outfits look like. They just want to go outside and play.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Stupid.
I'm just glad fucking Bobby Jones.
Way to go, Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones.
I think the case was what? It went cold for
3 years?
3 years?
Yeah.
Enough for them to spend 600 G's.
Jeez, that's insane.
And can you imagine spending that much money in 3 years?
No.
To have nothing where you're living in a motel? Like...
You have so little wherewithal to not think, like, after I spend this, I'm going to have nothing and we're going to go... How would you not put any of that away? How would you
I would have gone to go buy a house. Like,
yeah,
right?
Especially in the early 90s, it had been cheap.
Crazy.
You could buy a whole house.
Crazy. I don't get it.
Stupid.
It's kind of... I don't know if it's kind of like a little bit of irony. Like, she killed her estranged husband to get all this money, and then when detectives found her, she's in a shitty motel. Like,
yeah, it's fucking karma, dude. Like,
it's just karma.
Yeah,
It's karma.
Gets.
That's what it is.
Get out of here, stupid.
Dumb. Okay. Well, that was the case of Derrick Tolliver. And we're going to be moving on to... What, Justine?
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger. Stranger danger. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. You better run!
Just so everybody knows, I was watching Justine pick her nose not 2 seconds ago.
Like this?
And and then she wiped it in her hair.
It's a natural.
Yeah, it's a natural.
Try to put away my flyaways,
Is that your secret? You use your snot?
That's how I do it. That is how I do it.
Okay. Justine, you're first.
Okay, here we go. All right. First up, we have a story from Heather.
Heather.
Subject is club life. What?
Justine forgot she's supposed to read it aloud, and she just read it to herself.
No, this is the first time where she's reading it. So
It says, no.
Just
It says, okay, girls and Steve.
You know what's funny is me and Steve used to get our names interchanged a lot. Like, people used to call him Scott and me Steve a lot. And it's like, we look nothing alike. One of us is Asian, the other one is white. What are you doing?
Oh my god, honestly, so funny. Okay, so Heather says, this is my three-peat. As a young female living in Seattle, I of course lived the club life in my 20s. My favorite being the Bohemian in Pioneer Square. Ooh, let's go there.
that sounds fun.
Is it still there? This club was always packed like crazy. Well, one night, me and my girls were just arriving. We didn't even have our drinks yet. While walking through the crowd, I suddenly feel a hand slip up my skirt and grab my thong.
What?
I froze in my tracks, stuck on stupid. I looked around, and this guy walking in the other direction smiled and then winked. Bruh.
That's fucking gross.
There was so many people between us, I couldn't even respond. What the fuck makes someone think that it's okay to reach up some stranger's skirt and grab their panties? Well, there's my number 3, ladies. Love you guys, and remember, there's a lot of idiot creepers out there. I mean,
I think it
like
was the Yin Yang twins that did this.
the Yin Yang twins.
Yeah.
Why?
Because in that song he says, "Let me play with your panty line."
Oh, gross.
And I always wonder what that meant. And I think I now know what it means. Because who plays with the panty line? What does that mean?
Do you think that the guy smelled his fingers afterwards?
Oh, that's what I thought when she said that he turned back. I was like, oh, did he sniff his fingers?
Smell him, smile, and wink.
Yeah.
Gross.
There's no less flattering move than to do this afterwards. Put your 2 fingers up to your nose.
Disgusting. That's so disrespectful and gross.
That's like, just stop. Why? I don't understand this world we live in sometimes. I just don't get it.
Wonder what he's thinking when he turned back, like, yeah, she's going to be impressed.
Ugh.
Yeah, like, hey, girl. That's your pickup?
Yeah, I
Get
did
out of
that.
here. You
Fucking,
idiot.
that slapped that fool in his fucking face.
Wow. Well, hopefully he got drunk, fell down, and busted out his teeth.
As 2 front teeth?
Yeah.
Well, sorry that happened to you, Heather.
Yeah.
And thank you for your story. If you have more, send them. Okay. Next story is from Christy.
Hey, Christy.
Subject is POF creepers.
Oh, tell me about it, girl.
Justine knows all about them. Okay, it says, I was listening to episode 75 on Maribel Ramos, and all of the talk about Craigslist and online dating reminded me of my own story. Now, to be completely honest, I did meet my husband on POF. I live in a fairly small Wisconsin town. The population is about 45,000, and it's difficult to find someone unless you're into going out and drinking. Bars aren't my scene, especially not any bar where I live. After a recent breakup that should have ended way sooner than it did, I made an account on POF. I didn't have any money for eHarmony, having just kicked my ex out of my house, and I sure the fuck wasn't going to go on some dating site like Christian Mingle or Farmers Only. Yes, there are things, look them up. Farmers Only?
Farmers Only sounds like a way that they had to skirt saying white people only. Like, they couldn't say that because that's blatantly racist. So there's, if I could just put farmers only.
Okay, says, I was pretty hesitant and was just going to check things out. I wanted to take things slow on the app because I didn't want to end up getting, chopped up in a bag and thrown out into a cow pasture.
That's not your thing?
Yep.
So after a little while, I got a message from someone that lived about 15 minutes away from the town where I lived. I clicked on the message, and it was a polite hello and asking to chat. The person actually had the wherewithal to punctuate, capitalize, and write the word you out instead of how are you, using the letter R and U.
Well, I have a boner.
So I thought, all right, and responded. What I received back was not, in fact, polite. Oh no. I'm still confused by it to this day. I shouldn't have scrolled down after reading, see anything you like, using the letter U now.
Oh, no.
But, curious minds, whatever. What followed was a full-bodied, naked picture of this man that he had taken in front of a mirror. Obviously, this was completely unsolicited. Yet, the most ridiculous part about all of it was that he had his foot up on a step stool, displaying proudly his flaccid penis and balls just swinging in the breeze.
Like he was doing the captain?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
It's
doing
the captain?
Why in the literal fuck would you send a picture of your limp dick to someone? I don't know. Bodies are weird, I get it, but I've never really understood the whole, hey, look at my genitals picture anyway.
Especially a dick.
Right?
Dicks are fucking gross, dude.
So gross.
And why the step stool? And he was standing there all proud of himself, like, here's my wiener.
With his fucking soggy nuts.
Just a sad old dick.
Yeah.
Gross. And I'm sure that people may question whether it was in fact a hard micropenis, and I assure you it was a pitiful, wrinkly, sad-looking dick that, if it could talk, was clearly saying, why you gotta do me like this, bro?
If it could talk, it sounded like Eeyore.
Oh,
That's sad.
Okay. I didn't respond, and despite many years of separation, I have not been able to forget the sight of a wrinkled cocktail wiener and 2 kiwis just flapping in the Wisconsin summer breeze. Then Christy sent me an article of some weird dating apps and said, "Thank you for all being awesome. Episode 91 was easily one of my favorites because of how disgusted you both were over the stupidity of Jennifer Pan. Also, nice touch with the title. Love you both."
Thank you.
That was all Justine on the title.
That came from my fucked up head.
Yeah. Jeez.
Ew.
Why?
Yeah. I remember one time I was like talking to this guy and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm sick. I don't really feel good." And then he sent me a dick pic.
To make you feel better?
I was like, "What? What was that?"
Here's your remedy.
My dick?
Like, stop! What's wrong in this world?
What's funny is that if a girl just sent an unsolicited vagina pic to a guy, they'd be like, "Hell yeah!"
They'd be like, tight.
They'd be like, "Sweet. Hell yeah." Gross.
Gross.
You should just send them somebody else's dick to them. If they send you a dick picture, just send them some random dick that you found online back.
Be like, "Mine. Since you showed me yours, I'll show you mine."
Just a dick.
Or just amass dick pictures on your phone. And just use those to send to other people.
It's funny how his spelling changed when he was turning into a disgusting weirdo.
Right?
He got too excited. He didn't have time to spell you. He was too busy taking a picture of his captain dick.
That's his lure, though. That's how he lures women into like actually talking with him, is that he uses correct punctuation and shit.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he's got him, it's all just dick pics from there.
He just turns into a slobbering animal.
Crazy. Oh my god. That is true though. Like, I'll respond to a guy that uses, you know, a full sentence, uses some periods, capitalizes words, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Basic English. Yeah. Then I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll message you." But
Oh, you know that stuff that you learn for the first 18 years of your life?
yeah.
Weird.
And then what happens, Justine? After
then-
you start talking to them?
Then usually I forget I'm talking to them and then I'm just not that interested.
Well, that's boring.
Yep.
I couldn't imagine sending somebody a picture of my dick. It sounds so embarrassing. For both parties.
And honestly, like, your dick pic gets showed to every single one of that girl's friends, okay?
Oh,
Male
yeah.
and
Yeah,
female.
I can
And they
only
all laugh at
imagine.
you. So, you know, do what you gotta do. Crazy.
Well, thank you, Christy, for your story, and I'm
Yes,
glad
thank
you were
you,
able to find
Christy.
love through POF. Maybe that'll give Justine some hope.
I just don't have the energy.
Hey, Justine.
Huh.
Oh.
What?
Continue.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Carry on.
All right, next up we have a story from Selma.
Selma.
Repeat offender.
Yeah.
Salma?
Yes. Subject is "The Whispering Eye Has Spoken." What does that mean?
Whispering eye reminds me of vaginas. What's happening?
Isn't that what it means?
Oh,
Yeah,
it
I
is?
think so.
Oh,
Yeah, I
shit.
think that's what
Okay.
the reference is, right?
All right.
Could
cool.
be wrong.
Let me see your whispering eye, girl. No, not you, Selma. I'm just talking.
Well, dang.
I'm just talking. I'm just being me. Go ahead.
Sometimes when you come to this podcast, you get a little bit of stranger danger yourself.
Yeah. Someone's gonna come back and be like, "I was listening to this audio. Brittany told me."
All right. Okay. Messages. Hello, guys. Repeat offender here. This is a short little story, but it's hilarious. Anyway, here it is.
Okay.
So, one of the many reasons why I do not go to the gym is because I have a little bit of social anxiety and terrified that I'm using a machine wrong and people are talking shit. Fuck those people.
I can imagine.
The other one is the constant feeling that people are looking at me and the unsolicited help from quote-unquote trainers. Barf. So this one time I decided to go to the little gym in my apartment complex. I figured it would be empty since it's kind of small. So I get there, and it was, and I was trying to do my thing, and 20 minutes later this dude walked in, and I immediately started to feel uncomfortable. So I moved from the treadmill to the weights, And this dude has the nerve to come up to me from behind, and as he says, "You're doing it wrong and going to hurt yourself. Let me show you the right posture. I am a trainer."
Oh my gosh.
As he reaches to touch me from behind, to touch my waist, as I was doing some squats.
What?
I turned around all infuriated as I smacked his hand away and said, "Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? I did not ask for your help. You do not just go and grab a woman like that." So he's all like, "I was just trying to help." Okay. So I told him that I did not need his help. Now I am pissed and decided not to leave so he doesn't think I'm a pushover. I was here first, damn it. So he goes across the room to do his weight thing right next to me again. Oh, take the hit!
Right?
And as he goes down and tries to get back up while lifting, he fucking farted so loud.
Nice.
It echoed in the little room. I looked at him and just started busting out laughing so hard. He just put the weight back and took off. Karma.
Yeah, instant karma. I love it.
But I left because I wasn't about to stay in that room with his nasty fart. The last time I saw this neighbor, I had already told my boyfriend the story. So we see him walking by and my boyfriend makes this fart noise with his mouth. The guy got so red and walked away in the opposite direction. He's lucky he didn't get his ass whooped. Anyway, I love the show, you guys. Never miss it. It was kind of weird to hear you guys tell my story and say my name about 2 episodes ago. You guys do a great job. Thanks again, and I hope you guys laughed as hard as I did. Yeah, we did.
Oh my god.
I wonder if he actually sharted and that's why he had to leave so quickly.
Ew. That's even worse.
So funny. Oh my god.
That is an amazing story.
I love it when you're trying to act so cool. Like, this has happened to all of us. Like, oh, I'm cool, and then life just comes and smacks you in the fucking face and brings you back down to earth.
Yeah.
Yep.
So funny.
Been there.
Oh my god, don't touch people. Ah!
Yeah.
That's gross. Touching on the waist specifically, too, it's just a little bit extra gross.
Yeah, it's like so intimate. Get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Trainer. Shut up.
Yeah.
I'd rather find out the hard way that I'm doing it wrong and then be sore the next day because I was lifting incorrectly than have somebody come. I can't stand when people are in the gym and you see a guy approach another set of people. It's like it has this know-it-all vibe about it. Like, excuse me, let me show you how to do this. Like, I didn't fucking ask you.
Yeah.
I could understand like going up to somebody and just like giving them like a tip. You know what I mean? Because I've seen that a couple times, but people are usually... The ones that I've seen are really nice about it. Like, hey, maybe, if you do it like this, it'll work out your core a little bit more. Just like a little tip.
Shut your fucking mouth and leave me alone.
Yeah.
If I wanted to be friends with you, I would talk to you. Like, just shh.
Yeah, I don't want tips.
Get out of here.
Oh, I thought you said you don't want tits.
Doesn't want tits either.
But you said you don't want tips.
I don't want tits. I don't want tips.
Yeah, just stay in your lane. If someone asks you for advice, then yes, sure. But otherwise, just mind your own business.
And don't touch someone. Ow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Brittany is amassing eyelashes over here because she keeps plucking them from her eyes.
No, they keep...
And then she wonders, when she puts them on the table like this, she wonders why they end up being strewn about the house. Oh, why is there eyelashes on the stairs? I don't know, maybe because we have 2 dogs and you just set them on things when you pluck them out.
I'm turning into Justine, where my crazy just eyelashes are everywhere.
No, but I leave my strips of lashes around. You're leaving like individual eyelash pieces. That's weird.
But they're only in, like, they're either on the coffee table,
Or
in the podcast
carpet.
room, or the other coffee table,
Or on a shirt.
They're
that I
always on a
just
coffee
got.
table.
or on my side table, or on my bathroom
Or on
sink.
the bottom of my socks.
Okay, Scott, you know what? You're getting a little too crazy there.
This
You're
is
getting a
my
little
life
crazy.
now.
Okay. Thank you, Selma, for your story.
Yes, thank you. Send some more.
Yeah,
Keep 'em
send
coming,
some
girl.
more. That shit was funny. Okay.
So funny.
Last but not least, we have a story from Gabrielle.
I thought that last one was audio. Or is this one?
No, this one's audio.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully my fucking volume's up. It always likes to play me. Okay.
Hey y'all, it's a lewd burper here, and I'm now a repeat offender. So I was on my way to my college town this weekend, and on my way there, I completely forgot that I never told y'all this story, and I feel like that's just a disservice to our friendship at this point. Anyway, so it's like a Thursday night. I'm out with my friends. It's me. I'm kind of dark skinned. My friend who's kind of same complexion as me. Our light skinned friend who's mixed, and our white friend. I promise this will like come into play later. So as we're sitting, we're just talking. No one's dancing yet. The club's not really popping. It's only like 11:30. And this guy comes up to us, and he's really, really friendly. He's like, hey, do you guys mind if I just, like, sit here and, like, talk with you guys? Like, I only know one person here. She's not here yet. Do you care if, like, I hang out? And we're all like, yeah, sure. It's, like, fine. Like, usually it's a hard no for any dude who's looking to talk to us. But he was really friendly, and he gave off, like, that vibe of just, like, I'm being 100% genuine. It's like, I don't know anybody here. You guys look friendly. And so we're like, yeah. Sits down, starts telling us, he's like, oh, I just got hired actually here at the school. I'm in the diversity department. And he's like 23. We're like, oh, that's so cool. Like, that's awesome. And he's black as well. And he's really cool at first until he starts getting a little colorist on us. And, like, I know y'all know what colorism is. Basically, it's just, like, you treat the dark-skinned people of whatever ethnicity or race, like, as less than. Except for he's, like, doing it in the reverse. And so he's actually being really nice to me and my other friend in the same complexion as me. And then my light-skinned friend, he's just completely rude too. He's like, oh, she's so bougie. She thinks she's better. Like, light-skins think this, light-skins think that. And just, like, a lot of just, like, stupid stereotypes. Everyone's like, who are you talking to, though? Like, what are you talking about? And then he says, like, oh, like, she's such, like, a bougie, like, light-skinned mixed girl name. Like, not you, though, Gabby. You're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, bro, what's happening? And, like, meanwhile, I'm, like, texting my boyfriend, like, this kid is so weird. And I don't remember what happened, but somehow the guy ended up, like, getting up or coming back or something. But when he was sitting next to me, he moves his hand onto the outer part of my thigh towards my butt. And, like, me and my friends are all, like, looking at each other. We're just like, is this really happening right now? And I'm just like, don't touch me. Like, I don't know who you think I am. Like, you don't know me. Like, do not touch me. And he's just like, he, like, gets up. He just stands. He's like, oh, no. Like, it's nothing. Like, calm down. And, like, in that moment, I'm texting my boyfriend, like, bro, this guy is, like, he touched me. He's, like, rubbing on my butt, rubbing my thighs. And, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, 2 seconds later, after, I sent that text, my boyfriend pops in the bar. Like, he wasn't planning on coming out, but I guess he was surprising me. And that text made him just, like, skip that line real quick. Because he came in, he's like, who's touching you? I said, that guy. Because the guy wasn't sitting with us anymore. He was just, like, standing near us. I point to the dude in the red jacket. My boyfriend's like, you? And my boyfriend starts, like, not yelling at him, but politely intimidating him. And this guy's, like, maybe 6'2". My boyfriend's, like, 5'9". My boyfriend's like, don't you ever touch my girl again. Like, I don't know who you think she is. I don't know who you think I am. But I'll kill you. Don't touch her. And me and my friend are all just like, wow, what a man. And the guy's like, no, like, it wasn't even like that. Like, I was trying to sit next to her, and she was playing around. She wouldn't let me sit. I was trying to move her over. And both was like, I don't care if she was, like, sitting on your head. Don't touch her. Don't you ever touch her. And the guy just walked away. Do a quick goog the next day. Dude's not hired by the diversity department. Look, they all have pictures in there. None of him. Not even the name he gave us. Not even people who weren't pictured was the name he gave us. So, no clue who this man is. And he disappeared after that night. Like, we did not see him in the bar at all. Didn't see the so-called friend. You know? Make it make sense, you know? Alright, that's all I have for y'all. I love y'all bunches. Bye.
So he lied about being hired?
I was going to say, I hope they went to rat him out afterwards. Like, to tell him, like, hey, you guys hired that dude, and he's a fucking big creep. But, of course, it turns out he's not even a real person.
I feel like Gabby has, like, hand magnets on her butt.
Yeah.
And your hands are just drawn to her butt.
Like our boyfriend came in like a Kool-Aid man.
Hey, way to go, boyfriend.
I know, right? Way to save the day.
Right?
Oh, that's crazy. Just, you know, I don't know. I don't have words anymore.
Brilliant.
I just don't. Like,
That's so weird.
Like, don't touch other people. Like, I feel like that's a basic thing that you should just know.
Yeah. It's weird that he lied. Like, I guess he lied to start a conversation.
Yeah.
But that's still really weird.
How do you start off so strong and then just fuck it all up?
Was he drinking? Was there alcohol involved? Maybe it made him weird.
Like over the course of him being there?
Yeah.
That'd be a really quick succession of getting drunk, though. Like, starts out sober and, like, have one drink and just immediately plastered.
Be a weird pervert. Oh, God. Yeah. Weird.
And I like how she confronted him. Like, oh, don't touch me. He's like, what? Like...
It's not like that.
It's not like that. Yeah.
Oh
it's almost like he knew what he was doing was wrong.
Right?
Stupid.
And he did it anyway.
Couldn't help himself.
Idiot.
Jeez.
Well, thanks, Gabby, for your story.
Yeah. We're waiting for the next one because I'm sure it'll happen again.
Yeah, we're waiting for the next butt-touching one.
Yeah. I think your butt has magical powers.
Clearly, people can't keep away from it.
All right. Where can they send their stranger danger stories, Justine?
You can send them to ItsAboutDamnCrime@gmail.com, or you can go to our website, click the Stranger Danger tab, ItsAboutDamnCrime.com, fill out the form, send it to us that way. You know? You can remain anonymous. We'll keep you anonymous. Well, what will happen is that we'll start recording your story, and then Brittany will say your name the whole time, and then she'll go, oh, shit, they want to be anonymous, and then we have to re-record your story, and then say you're anonymous. Yep. And then sometimes, even after we do that, Brittany still says your name.
Yep.
And then we have to go, oh, Brittany, anonymous.
Or as Donald Trump would say, anonymous.
Anonymous.
Anonymous. You can also send your audios to our email as well.
Yes.
You can send your Victorville hate mail to mine.
Just reference the subject line, Scott.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any new reviews, Steen?
Not that I see. Wait, we did have one foreign review. Oh, no, I already read that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's more on there, but I can't see them.
Okay. Well,
how is it so hard to read? Why haven't they fixed this? We can't be the first person to have a problem with reading reviews.
I don't know, dude. It's on.
I don't know. And then they're all out of whack, so we literally have to scroll and search for them.
It could be worse. At least you guys have iTunes Podcasts app, and you don't have fucking Android. Because I like Android, and my podcasts don't even fucking update. Like, I have one podcast that shows it's updated, and then when I go into it, the last episode is like fucking ages ago. On top of that, Google Play doesn't even have reviews. Period.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I can't review it all.
I can't even find out if a podcast is good or not.
Oh, you gotta listen to it with your own ears.
Yeah, I have to listen to the first 20 minutes before I realize I hate it or love it.
Well, so if you guys, again, you want to help us... Oh!
No,
we're saying the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Leave us a review. 5 stars. I accept nothing less. Be nice to us. If you can't leave a review, tell a friend. You know, spread us around.
Like jerpies.
Just
there you go.
Give IADC jerpies to all your friends.
Oh.
It's a solid tagline for us. We're like herpes. Incurable and annoying.
Spot on, man. Spot on.
I'm giving Scott the death stare.
I thought it was funny. Oh, man.
I'm giving you the death stare.
Oh. All right, guys. We have a YouTube channel now, as you know. Have we told you? We've told you. I'm going to tell you again. And generally speaking, you can get the episode there the day before it comes out. Okay. This past week didn't happen because YouTube played me hard.
Yeah, did her dirty.
Did me real dirty. But, yeah, usually, so it's there. It's usually up Tuesday evening-ish.
There you go.
And we're going to start doing stuff for that, too. We're going to make banana bread.
Yeah.
We're going to make drunk banana bread, let's be honest.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fiasco because there's probably going to be alcohol involved.
Yeah.
It's going to be
for
a
sure.
real good time.
For sure. Well, that's going to be fun to edit.
Yeah.
Woo!
So if you would like to follow us, you can do so on Facebook and Instagram at ItsAboutDamnCrime. Run it together, space it out. We are there. We also have a Facebook group, which is our name. What?
It's poppin'.
It's poppin'?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all you have to do is answer the 3 questions, and bam, you're in. We just want to make sure that you're not a bot. So that's why we give you the questions. You can also follow us on Twitter and Snapchat at IADC Podcast. On the Snapchat, me and Justine, we alternate weeks. So I will be on it this week. It'll probably be really boring because I'm busy all the time. And I don't get any service at work, so I can't really snap. My life is just boring. I think that's it.
Way to sell it. You're a salesman.
Thanks. I try to be.
Look at us on Snapchat. It's probably really boring.
I'll post snaps of the dogs.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically.
It's
That was
basically.
Most and basically at the same time, okay? Making up words. Being creative. But mostly it's just a dog Snapchat. That's all that is ever on there.
Yeah.
Unless it's the weekend and we're getting drunk together. Then sometimes there's drunk snaps on there.
Yeah. And maybe if something happens at the gym that's funny, maybe I'll post that. We'll see.
See, this is why she doesn't want to go to gyms. She doesn't want to get ridiculed for using machines wrong. Because assholes like you upload videos of people using those machines where they're like flying around on them, and that's not what you're supposed to be doing.
Flying around on them.
You see that one where the girl has the two, where it's like the two cords that you pull together for like chess or whatever, and instead she's like pulling them all the way back like a human slingshot, and then launching forward like a.
What the fuck? I gotta see that. That sounds interesting. That sounds funny.
No, what you have to be on the lookout for is the guy that's like very blatantly checking out the girl that has no idea it's happening. And like being a weirdo about it. That's what you keep an eye out for.
Ooh, like licking his lips.
Ew. Stop.
Gross.
It's always
Gross.
cringy when I see like a girl or a guy hit on somebody. It's just weird.
No, here's the worst gym behavior. Filming yourself or filming others while working out.
Yeah.
Stop. That's embarrassing.
We see it all the time.
Wow.
It's always the guy with like the tribal tattoos on his arms and like the shirt that has like a skeleton riding a motorcycle. Stop. And the sleeves are cut off.
Are showing.
Yeah. It's Those are the worst. Who wears those gold Gyms fucking tank tops where it has like the slim? It's almost like a male cami where it's just like super slight string and its full nips are out. What are we doing?
It's just like a piece of floss, just like holding your shirt together. I don't know if I can
listen. Boys can put their nipples out too. You go out with your bad self, boys.
No, stop.
Show them nipples. Okay.
Fucking tools.
Justine.
¿Qué pasó?
Remember, there's a lot of desert out there.
And it's all located in Victorville.
Yeah! I'm sticking with that one. That was a good one.
All right, everyone. We will catch you next Wednesday with another episode. Until then, stay safe. Have a great weekend. Hope the rest of your week is amazing. And we love you.
Okay, love you.
I love you too.
Oh, that needs to be cut.
No, keep it in.
No, I don't want the email. I'm not doing it. No,
send your burp hate mail to me. Send your Victorville hate mail to me, and it will go unread.
Oh my god. Okay,
or I'll read it and then I'll post about it because it's funny.
I gotta go finish watching Umbrella Academy. Okay, I have one more episode left. I'm out of here. I'm very busy.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.